So this past weekend, I'm sure many of you have heard by now, we got a little bit of rain up here in hill country. And being that it was raining, I was gonna make some videos and post them to this channel. It's been a while since I've made any kind of fishing content. I was gonna make just some videos screwing around with some tackle and stuff in the garage. But with the tragedy that happened up in Kerrsville, my head just wasn't in it. I did mess around with some tackle just because it was raining all weekend, but I didn't film anything. And so this video, I'm just gonna kind of show you what I was going over and stuff. Before we get started, you know, if we need to pray for the victims up in Kerrville, and hope that whatever survivors are left get found and we can bring some peace to some of these families. You know, that whole flood, you know, it's bittersweet because we needed the water. You know, where all that water ended up is in the lake that I live by, and the lake's been down 32 feet for like the past year and a half. So we really needed the water. It just came at such a cost. You know, I think there's already upwards of 80 lives lost already. So it's hard, you know, it's hard to be happy that we got the water considering all that. But what I did over the weekend was, so for those of you guys, I'm sure you know by now that changing out to a red hook on like your topwater baits, like your walking baits, your poppers and stuff, those bass key in on that red hook and they target it and they smash it. And then, so I learned that from the tactical bassing guys. And then I came across a video of a guy that says that he switches out his jerkbait hooks and crankbait hooks, square bills and stuff like that to a red hook. So it got me thinking, maybe I should switch out some of my Swimbait hooks. The only problem is there's so many different sizes. I'm sorry, I'm trying to set the tripod up. The problem is there's so many different size hooks out there, and trying to find a red hook in this size and that size. I was gonna buy a whole bunch of different hooks and stuff. But I still had all my fly tying stuff from when I used to fly fish a lot back in Southern California. So I decided on some of my more favorite swim baits to just add some red feathers to the front hook and see if that helped out. You know, now some of these swim baits I just got and I haven't really got to use. So maybe modifying it. You know, this is a PB Rat. It's a 2-piece. I also have the 3-piece. So I only did one of the hooks because I could just switch it onto the other one if I see that it's beneficial. Now some swim baits come from the manufacturer with feathers on the hooks. You know, this is the Jackal Gantarel. It comes with some feathers already on the hooks. So that's kind of what gave me the idea, was a lot of the JDM baits already have they do feathers on the hooks. So I figured, let's try it out. I mean, the worst that can happen is I see fish following it, turning away from it, you know, or hold on, I'm trying to get this back in there. Yeah, so I mean, you see fish follow these swim baits back, you know, and they might turn on it. If I start noticing like that happening, or I feel like I'm getting less bites than I probably should, it's easy to cut off. It's just thread. So I can just whack them off. So I thought I'd give that a try. There's still a couple more baits I want to add them to. And another modification I did, now like on this big Clutch Boss, it has swiveling hook hangers. So these don't get all tangled up. Actually, most of these have swiveling hook hangers. Even this Buka, this is the ABS Bullshad, it has swiveling hook hangers. I just got a Metro, you know, throwback Metro Glide. It also has swiveling hook hangers. However, this big tactical wake bait doesn't have swiveling hook hangers, and it's a pretty heavy bait. So what I did do was, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can get it. Is I did a braided hook hanger. So these can twist. You see how much twist you can get in them? So what that is, go online and on YouTube, and there's plenty of videos talking about doing, what do they call it? Braided split rings. And it's a little knot. It's not super complicated knot. I used some 80-pound braid that I had laying here on the workbench. Try it out. The worst that can happen is they break, and whatever fish was on there, I lose. So I thought I'd try those out just to help out. That, like I said, that bait's pretty heavy, and it's easy for them to shake. A lot of my baits already have a swiveling, hook hanger. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, tell me what you guys think. I don't know if you guys think, does it make a big difference? Do you think this is gonna turn fish away from the bait? Do you think it's gonna enhance, give them something to key on and strike at? I'm curious to see if it works out. I'm curious to hear what y'all think about it. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out. My lake should be opening up here in the next few weeks, so I'll be out and doing some fishing. I'm gonna try to add more stuff to this channel. It's been a long time since I've done anything with this channel. A lot of stuff has changed in my life, but I think I'm gonna try to revamp it and just do content like this. Like there's some drop shot stuff I want to talk about that I learned from when I was a kid that's kind of gotten just forgotten about. So I might do a video on that. And then I want to do some videos, I think, just me and my son going out fishing, just stuff like that. Nothing crazy, not doing the kayak stuff anymore. You can see in the background, I got a bass boat now. So a lot of things in life have changed, and we'll see where it goes from here. Thanks for watching.